students, myself Tehsin Sheikh. Welcome to Nagesh Karajki Orchid School channel. This is our fourth lecture of Geography, lesson number 4, that is agriculture. In the last 3 lectures, we had discussed about the meaning of agriculture, why agriculture is important and the different types of agriculture. So students, when we have discussed the meaning of agriculture, at that time we have seen agriculture means agri and culture, these two Latin words are there, and meaning of agri means soil and culture means cultivation, means soil cultivation and producing crop, it is called agriculture. In the next point we had discussed agriculture is primary activity. Each and every activity which we extract from nature, it is called primary activity, and mining, hunting, food gathering, agriculture, these all activities are included under primary activity. Next important thing we have learned about the world's agricultural area. When we discuss that world map, when we observed world map, on that world map we have seen about the North America, South America, Europe, Australia and Asia, these all continents, they having some large area under the agriculture cultivation. So students, next point we had discussed about the different terms like agriculture, sericulture, viticulture, pisciculture and horticulture. After that, in the third lecture we had discussed about the 2 type of agriculture. First one subsistence agriculture, second one commercial agriculture. Under subsistence farming we had discussed about the intensive subsistence farming, nomadic herding and next one shifting agriculture. So what is the meaning of shifting agriculture? So in the tribal area, tribal people, they are moving from one place to another place and they change their place of agriculture, it is called shifting farming. Shifting farming is also called slash and burn or harmful type of agriculture. So why students, why it is called harmful type of agriculture? Because in the shifting cultivation, tribal people, they decide one particular small patch, they cutting all the trees, they burning trees, and after cutting and burning, that remaining soil they mixed in the remaining ash they mixed in the soil, and after that they grow the crop in the farm. So because of cutting trees, deforestation is there, and the burning purpose, their air pollution is more, and due to that it is called harmful type of agriculture. Next point, nomadic herding. Nomads, they moving with their animals for searching food and pasture, it is called nomadic herding. And nomadic herding is also very important because in the hilly area like Mongolia, Sahara desert, in our India, Jammu Kashmir, Rajasthan, their nomadic herding practiced. Students, today we are going to study about the commercial farming. Now commercial farming means what? Farmer, they grow crop but only for commercial purpose, sold in the market. Now in the commercial farming, mostly America, European countries, Australia, they are producing more crop for the commercial purpose. So why? Because the population is less, and due to less population, surplus production is more, and surplus production they sell in the market for earning profit. So it is called commercial type of farming. In our India, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, in these states also doing this type of commercial farming for commercial purpose. Now commercial farming means what and the type of commercial farming, let's go discuss through the textbook and the page of our textbook. So commercial farming, crops are grown and animals are reared for sale in the market, means not only agriculture is there, with agriculture they are rearing animals also. The area cultivated and the amount of capital used is large. See, in the commercial farming, investment is more, they require large labor force, machineries in the farm, and because of that farmers, they require capital investment. Most of the work is done by machineries. Commercial farming include commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. Students, Underline this subtype of commercial farming. First one, commercial grain farming, second one, mixed farming, and third one, plantation agriculture. Now let us see these 3 points in detail. First one, what is the meaning of commercial grain farming? In the commercial grain farming, farmers they grow wheat and maize in the farm only for commercial purpose. Mostly prairie area of North America, pampas in South America, steppe in Europe, and in the South Africa it is called veld. And on that particular area, farmers they grow wheat and maize for commercial purpose, and they sold that all production in the market to earn more extra income. See, the commercial farming include these all commercial grain, mixed farming and plantation agriculture. Wheat and maize are common commercial grown grains. Major area where commercial grain farming is practiced: temperate grassland of North America. See students, just we had discussed the temperate grassland of North America, it is called prairie. Write down in front of the North America, prairie. Europe, it is called steppe. And Asia, in the Mongolia, Central Asia, these areas are sparsely populated with large farms spreading over hundred of hectares. Severe winters restrict the growing season and only a single crop can be grown. So students, main characteristics of this type of commercial grain farming: farmer they having large land for cultivation, means near about 100 of hectare, like 100, 200, 400, 500 hectare of land available for agriculture. And when we observe next characteristics, that farmer they growing only growing grains in the farm, and with that winter is restricted there, and due to that winter type of climatic condition, short growing seasons they are experiencing in the commercial grain farming area. Now next one, see here, mixed farming. Okay, here they are only grown wheat and maize grains, and now mixed farming, growing food and fodder, means not only producing crops for consumption, with that farmers they are producing fodder also for their animals. Rearing livestock, so food and fodder crops for their livestock. It is practiced in Europe, USA, Argentina, Southeast Australia, New Zealand and South Africa. So this mixed farming is practiced in these areas of our world. Now next one, plantation farming, and these three are type of commercial farming only. In the plantation type of agriculture, farmer they grow only single crop on the large area. See students, when we observed on the Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, tea leaves are there, or tea, coffee cultivation is very common. So farmer grow crop in the large area, only single crop, and send that all production to industrial area to another production, means just like tea. When farmers they grow tea in the farm, the tea leaves they send to the industry, and in that industry is converting into tea powder. So this is best example of tea plantation. Second one, sugarcane, cashew nut, mangoes, these all type of fruits are also we are grown in India under plantation cropping, and this plantation type of cropping is very important to earn income, and it is this is also one example of commercial farming. And farmer when supply this raw material to industrial sector, in industry is converting into more valuable products. So see students, plantation are a type of commercial farming where single crop of tea, coffee, sugarcane, cashew nut, rubber, banana or cotton are grown. These all are example of plantation farming. We are using tea for making tea powder, coffee beans for coffee powder, sugarcane we are converting into sugar, cashew nuts, rubber we are using for making tires, tubes, banana cultivation in the agricultural area we are sending to the industry for food processing, and same cotton we are growing cotton in the farm as a plantation agriculture, and when we send to the industry is converting into cloth. Large amount of labor and capital are required. So most important things for plantation cropping, that large area is there, and due to that region we required large labor force and more capital investment. The producer may be processed on the farm itself or in nearby factories. See, the producer is located near the factory, or mostly factory is located near the farm, because that factory they are using raw material from agriculture sector. I will give you just example, through example you understood very easily. See, in our Solapur area sugar production is more, and due to high sugar production, all sugarcane production is more, and due to high sugarcane production, all sugar industries are located near sugarcane farming area, like Solapur Siddheshwar sugar factory, Vittal Sahkari Sakar Karkhana. So this type of sugar factories are located near Solapur, because Solapur is famous for sugarcane production. And as a second example, in our Maharashtrian area, cotton cultivation is more, and due to more cotton cultivation, many cotton textile handlooms or cotton textile industries are located in the Maharashtra. These two are best example. So industries, they are located near farm area. And the plantation cropping, we required faster transportation, we required essential material for the farming, means just we grow the farm in the crop in the farm, the fast transportation, when we provide faster transportation, we can easily send all material in the minimum time on the industrial sector. Next one, major plantation are found in the tropical region of the world, means between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. In between these two Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn, we found the plantation farming. In the Brazil, coffee, sugarcane. In our India also, rubber plantation. In our India, coffee, tea, rubber, cotton plantation is very common. When we go to the Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, rubber plantation is more. So these are the example, tropical area famous for plantation type of farming. See, some examples are there in your textbook. Rubber is famous for Malaysia, coffee in Brazil, tea in India and Sri Lanka are some of the example under the plantation farming. So students, now just we have completed our types of farming. Okay, under the types of farming, what we had discussed? We had discussed two major type of farming: subsistence, commercial. Under subsistence, some subtypes are there. First one, intensive subsistence, shifting agriculture and nomadic herding. And under commercial farming, what we had discussed? We had discussed commercial grain farming, mixed farming and plantation farming. So these 2 points we had discussed just now. Now next point we are going to study about the major crop in the world. Now major crop means what? On the our earth surface, many countries they focused on staple food like rice, wheat, maize, millets, pulses, because in our daily life we consume this food more, and due to that reason the major crop we are going to study. Now this major crop again we are going to study into two parts. Okay, first one food crops and second one non-food crops. Now food crops means what? Food crops means which we are consuming in our daily life, like rice we are consuming, wheat, maize, pulses, oil seeds, tea, coffee. This is food crops. And non-food crops means what? Rubber, then second one cotton, silk, jute. These all are non-food crop. Okay, so let's see in detail about the major crops in the world. A large variety of crops are grown to meet the requirement of the growing population. Crops are also supply raw material for agro-based industries. Major food crops are wheat, see students in the world, wheat, rice, maize and millets. Jute and cotton are fiber crops, and important beverages crop are tea and coffee. So these all are the type of crops which we are going to study in the one by one in this lesson. So let's start with the rice cultivation. Students, I will explain some important points related to rice cultivation first. For the cultivation of rice, we required high temperature, heavy rainfall and high humidity. Means at the time of rice cultivation we required heavy rainfall more than 100 centimeter. Same like that, about 25 degrees Celsius temperature is also needed for rice growth. Rice cultivation is also called paddy, P-A-D-D-Y. Paddy means, again the paddy has two types, wet paddy and dry paddy. So students, paddy cultivation and rice cultivation is more in India and China. China rank first in the rice production, and after China, India rank second in the rice production. But our production is more and self consumption also very high. Means when we observe China and India's population, both countries having highest population, and due to that region production high and consumption also high, they not left that surplus production to send other countries, and due to that region these both countries they not send that rice production to other areas. So see rice cultivation in detail. Rice is major food crop of the world. It is the staple diet of tropical and subtropical region. Rice need high temperature. Underline students which type of climatic condition we required. So first underline high temperature, high humidity and heavy rainfall. Okay, which type of climatic condition we required? We required high temperature more than 25 degrees Celsius, second one high humidity, and third one heavy rain more than again 100 centimeter rain we required for rice growth. It grows best in alluvial clay soil which can retain water. China lead in the production of rice, followed by India. So China higher production of rice, mostly Yangtze Valley area, Huanghe River area. It's a high production of rice in the world, and Yangtze Valley area is also called a rice ball of the world because world's largest production of rice is occurred on the Yangtze Valley area. And second one, our India ranks second, and India's coastal part like West Bengal, Odisha, then Hyderabad, Tamil Nadu, these coastal areas, Konkan coastal area famous for rice cultivation. And for rice cultivation we required marshy soil, marshy or deltic soil. See here in the picture figure 4.7 that water is constant in the farm, and due to that region farmers they are growing राइस इन द फार्म एरिया. मीन्स पानी जो है वो वहाँ पे कंस्टेंट है, पानी जो है वो स्टेबल है, एंड ड्यू टू दैट फार्मर्स दे आर सोइंग द सीड्स ऑफ राइस एंड हियर इट इज कॉल्ड पैडी कल्टिवेशन. सी Japan, Sri Lanka, Egypt also produce rice. In favorable climatic condition in the West Bengal and Bangladesh, 3 crops are grown in a year. So in the Bangladesh and West Bengal, farmer they are growing more than 1 crop. After rice or potato, they are growing some other pulses, millets in the farm. So rice cultivation means what? Rice cultivation means paddy. Famous China, India, then Sri Lanka, and next one Japan, Egypt. These all countries are producing rice. Our consumption is more, and it is for the grown of rice we required high temperature, heavy rain and high humidity. So students understood rice cultivation. Okay, so now let us see our second crop, it is wheat. Okay, we are eating wheat daily, wheat chapati, right? Sometimes biscuits are also made by wheat, cookies, biscuit. So wheat cultivation is equally important. Many countries, temperate countries like North America, Europe, South America, these temperate countries are producing more wheat, and their production is more, but their population is low, and due to that region they supply their wheat production to other countries. When we discussed about the rice, rice is subsistence crop, but wheat is commercial crop. And when we come to our India, in our India, Punjab, Haryana and Uttar Pradesh producing more wheat in India. Let us see wheat in detail. Wheat require moderate temperature, means wheat is a rabi crop. Winter season is good for wheat cultivation. Near about 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius temperature is suitable for wheat cultivation. Moderate temperature and rainfall during the growing season, and bright sunshine at the time of harvest. It thrives best in well-drained loamy soil. Wheat is grown extensively in USA, Canada, Argentina, Russia, Ukraine, Australia and India. In India, it is grown in winter. So, when we grown crop at the time of winter season, it is called Rabi, and when we grown crop at the time of monsoon season, it is called Kharif. So, rice is Kharif crop because it required more water, and wheat is a Rabi crop because wheat we required moderate type of climatic condition. And next important thing for the wheat production, higher wheat production, North America, Canada, Australia, Argentina, Europe, Ukraine, these all countries are producing wheat, and wheat producing only for commercial purpose. When we comes to our India, India also producing wheat, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, these all states are famous for wheat production. So, students understood wheat climatic condition and the area we have to write in the examination. So, at the time of teaching, you underline these important words, first one climate and second one states which are growing the wheat. Okay. Now, next one we see here wheat cultivation, and mostly see the difference in the rice cultivation. Labors are more because India and China famous for rice cultivation, and in India and China population is more. So, instead of using machinery, we are using labors in the farm. But America, Europe, these highly countries, their population is less, and due to that region they are using modern method of farming, they are using machinery, and here they are using labors in the farm. So, see the situation, farmers are rich here, they are doing agriculture for commercial purpose, and poor farmers are here and they are producing rice for self consumption or subsistence purpose. Okay. So, let us see our third crop, that is millets. Okay. They are also known as the coarse grain and can be grown on less fertile and sandy soils. It is a hardy crop that need low rainfall and high to moderate temperature and adequate rainfall. Jawar, bajra and ragi are grown in India. Other countries are Nigeria, China and Niger. See students, these three millets are very important, ragi, second one jawar and third one bajra. These millets are important source of food after rice and wheat. And when we see the ragi, ragi is rich source of varieties of minerals, and after that ragi, jawar is third crop which we are consuming more. Jawar production is good on the black soil, ragi production is more in the sandy soil, and third one bajra cultivation is more on the Tamil Nadu or Karnataka area in our India. So, these millets are also equally important. India also producing this crop. With that, Nigeria, China and Niger, these countries are also cultivate millets in the farm. Now, next one, see maize cultivation. Maize, it is also called corn, we are consuming in India. Maize require moderate temperature, rainfall and lots of sunshine. It need well drained fertile soil. Maize grown in the North America, Brazil, China, Russia, Canada, India and Mexico. So, maize is also very important crop. Farmer, they are not growing maize only for as a food, as a fodder also we are growing the maize in the farm of India, North America, Europe, Brazil, China, Canada, Russia, Mexico, these all countries are also producing more maize in the farm. And when we observe the picture, two pictures are there in your textbook. One is the lady, she is working in the maize farm, and second one, see here maize we are eating at the time of monsoon season. So, maize is also known as corn, and various colorful varieties of maize are found in the world or in the India. See here maize are here, and we are eating this maize as a corn. See here, it is also called bhutta in our language. So, maize cultivation is very important. Now, next one we are going to study non-food crop. Okay. Just we had discussed about the food crop. Now, next one non-food crop. Now, cotton is most important non-food crop. For cotton require high temperature, light rainfall. Underline students. When climatic condition is there, this climate condition is very important in the agricultural sector. So for the cotton cultivation, we required high temperature. Underline first one. See here on the image, cotton balls are there. Second one, we required light rainfall, and third one, it is totally frost free days and bright sunshine for its growth. It grows best on black and alluvial soil. When we come to our peninsular plateau or on the Deccan plateau area, the growth of cotton is more like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka. The growth of cotton is more on the black soil, and alluvial soil is also suitable for cotton cultivation. China, USA, India, Pakistan, Brazil, Egypt are the leading producer of cotton, and it is one of the main raw material for the cotton textile industry. We are wearing varieties of cotton dresses. These cotton dresses we are made by this cotton or cotton balls. Long process is there, and this process already we have seen in the industry lesson. First one, we remove that cotton, removing seeds from the cotton balls. We parallelly lying that cottons on each other, and we converting into thread. After in the machinery, we convert that thread into fabric, into cloth, and dyeing, painting, dyeing, printing and stitching. After that our dress is ready for wearing. So this all process is going in the cotton industry, and mostly many people they are using cotton fabric for the sari, dress or different type of other material we are using. And cotton is main raw material, and cotton is very lightweight material, is non-weight losing material. That is why cotton industries is located near market area. Now next one, again non-food crop is there, it is jute. Okay, jute is also called golden fiber. Why? Because when we observe the jute na, jute is golden colors fiber, we made golden color fiber through jute, and gunny bags, doormats, these all varieties of things we made by this jute. See, jute was also known as golden fiber. Underline student, this is our fill in the blanks. Jute was dash was also known as the golden fiber. So jute is the answer. Jute was also known as the golden fiber. It grows well on alluvial soil and require high temperature. Again underline in the second line here, alluvial soil and high temperature, heavy rainfall and high humidity is required for jute cultivation. This crop is grown on the tropical area. India and Bangladesh are the leading producer of jute. In our India, West Bengal, and near the West Bengal, Bangladesh is there. This India and Bangladesh, these two countries are famous for jute production in the world, and the suitable climatic condition, market, laborers, these all facilities are available in India and Bangladesh, and due to that region the highest cultivation of jute in the India and Bangladesh area. Next crop we will discuss about the coffee. Okay, coffee and tea, these two are beverages we are using for drinking purpose. See here, coffee require warm and wet climate. Again underline, coffee is a required warm and wet type of climate and well drained loamy soil. Hill slope are more suitable for growth of this crop. Brazil is leading producer, followed by Colombia and India. See, for the cultivation of coffee we required warm climate, wet climate and well drained soil. So that is why we cultivate coffee on the hilly area. When we go to the Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Tamil Nadus are famous for coffee cultivation in our India. And after first rank is the Brazil, and second one after Brazil, Colombia and India also producing coffee in the world. Now next crop we are going to study about the tea. Tea is again beverage crop. It's required plantation type of farming, and this require cool climate and well drained soil here also, high temperature throughout the year for the growth of tender leaves, and mostly we cultivate tea on the hilly area because we required well drained soil for tea cultivation. that farmers they collect that tea leaves and they send to the industrial area, and in the industry is converting into tea powder which we are using at our home. It need well drained loamy soil and gentle slope. Labor in large number is required. Pick the leaves. Kenya, India, China, Sri Lanka produce the best quality tea in the world. So, these all countries are famous for tea production. Kenya, China, India, with that Sri Lanka also. So, students, just we have discussed about the major crops under food crop and non-food crop. Food crop we have seen rice, wheat, millets, maize and tea and coffee, and under non-food crop we have discussed about the cotton and jute. So, today we will stop here. In the next period we will discuss about the agricultural development, and as a homework you have to write the major crop, climatic condition and the region where they are grown more. Okay? Thank you students.